I have been remiss, and please forgive me. All this time, I've taken you for granted. I have not expressed the kind of appreciation I should have for you, so a big thank you to you for allowing me for like 18 days straight to interrupt your life with PK's PSA, or pastoral service announcement. It's been a pleasure, and it could only be improved if I was able to see your beautiful mug instead of staring into some iPad and talking into a microphone all these times, but maybe that day will come. Well, it's another weekend. How about that? Saturday, anyways. And the Saturday, April 4th, 2020 version of PK's PSA, coming to you almost live from inside of the echo chamber of the atrium here at New Creation Church. Rest assured, our time together will again come to a marvelous conclusion with an inspirational moment entitled, Now a Word from Our Scriptures. I'd like to invite you, have you taken inventory recently of all that's been snatched out from under you and I as a result of this pandemic, COVID-19, the coronavirus? By my calculations, we're losing out on things left and right every day. Keeps coming at us and wresting things from us, putting their dirty, well, maybe their hands aren't so dirty and grimy, but putting their mitts on stuff we would have thought other people had no business touching. Sometimes they're doing it right under our noses without even asking any kind of permission if they can or not. Now I know, and you know, it has to be. It's all for the cause, to flatten the curve, to mitigate the spread, to constrain the strain, to cordon off the coronavirus and its contagion, and hopefully to put all this in the rearview mirror. But think about it with me, will you? Of what's been taken away. Can't play on the playground equipment anymore. Most of the toilet papers can't be found, sanitizer, soap, stuff like that. They've taken away hugs and kisses and even holding hands for the most part. Some got their jobs taken away, or the hours at their jobs taken away. We got visitation privileges removed. Can't be with our loved ones in care facilities, hospitals, even from hospices. We can't sit down in restaurants and eat these days. Can't shop at the stores we want to shop at. The virus indirectly or directly has taken away our money even, with the stock market and, well, at least right now, this near free fall. Right out from under us went the ability to plan in our lives, like vacations and weddings and graduations and whatnot. Can't do that. Got to check with the coronavirus first. We're getting less and less freedom to do things. We're being told to stay put, to stay away, or simply the way in which we sometimes talk to our dogs, stay. They took much of our television away. I can't even watch any real live sports anymore. It's all reruns from years ago. Can't go to the theater to watch a new movie. Canceling events we might have been thinking about attending. The list goes on and the beat goes on, but the lights are being turned off all over the place. Now you just listen to me spew all that out, and I wouldn't be surprised you might want to jump right in and join me in all that. You got a litany of your own losses, I am quite sure. Talking like this, as real as it is, can sometimes breed some things within us to the point where, well, we only see what we want to see. We see what we can't have, what we can't do, where we can't go. It's this downward spiral, almost puts us with our head into the sand. And it's times like these that we're living through, and it isn't easy, I'll admit, that sometimes it might be helpful for us to sort of step back from the table, maybe see about hearing a different voice, unlearning some things, playing a new tape, rewriting the script for it all. Now, I imagine some of you heard of that fellow by the name of the Apostle Paul. Well, he had a pretty hard life sometimes, even found himself in prison a time or two for simply being a follower of Jesus. One time he wrote one of his most encouraging and uplifting letters while he was in prison. How does a guy do that? You know, in that book named Philippians, not to be confused with Philippines, Paul learned to be content, he wrote, with whatever he had. He said this, in fact, I know what it is to have little, and I know what it is to have plenty. In any and all circumstances, I've learned the secret of being well-fed and of being hungry, of having plenty and of being in need. And all that is coming from a guy who once described his life as one where he had multiple imprisonments, countless floggings, often near death. Beaten he was with rods, stoned to almost death. He was shipwrecked 3 times. He was adrift days and nights at sea. He was in danger from his journeys in rivers and bandits and other people. He had all kinds of sleepless nights. Cold and naked he'd be out there in the wilderness, hungry and thirsty, under all sorts of daily pressure and anxiety. And even with all that, he turns right around and says something eye-popping like this: I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Now, you and I, we got some things to complain about, no doubt about it. Tough times as they are, there's no getting around that. But we can wallow in it, or we can use it as an occasion to pay attention to something different. Actually, if we look in the right places, we can hear today, while we're going through all this, instances of absolutely incredible outpourings of generosity and assistance to aid us in these days. I'm not talking just about that stimulus from the government, but from people that you and I have never met, who are rising up, companies and businesses who are rising up and making unprecedented, enormous contributions, generosity to the nth degree for the cause. And you know, all those gifts inspire my faith as much as anything. And maybe they do yours too. Because when it comes to giving, I believe what Brother James said in the New Testament, in the Bible. He said, when it comes to giving and generosity, this: every generous act of giving with every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights. What he's saying is that God is the author, the originator of generosity. And wherever it's on display, God has a hand, even in the midst of all of what we're going through. Well, until next time, thanks for listening. And remember, fear not tomorrow. God's already there. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay praying, stay grateful, and stay faithful, my friends. And Christ be with you.